Good evening, everybody. How's it going tonight? Biff back again with you. Let's check out some audio. How's that going? That sounds good. Sounds like the audio's coming through strong and clear. I was gonna look at I don't know if they have another Steam um queue up for me right now, and you know what? I don't need to have those on because I don't have any game audio that I need to listen to, so I'm not going to. My discovery queue for today is done on Steam. So I'm going to close Steam because we're not using Steam tonight. I will go ahead though, and I'll look at I'll look again at is there any deal, and we're right here with that. We'll refresh the wait list. Um, my daughter's doing a little talking in her sleep. She's she does a little talking in her sleep once in a while, but we just monitor. So she lost another tooth. She's 6 years old, so this is the third tooth that she lost. She lost it yesterday, which was actually a visit to the dentist day. It just so happened. And it was funny because my wife had talked to her about just pulling it out like the night before on Monday night. And our daughter said, no, I don't want to do that. We're like, okay. We told her though, if it falls out during the night and you need some help, just call us. We got the monitor. Just call us and we'll come in and help you out. I'll come in and help you out because my wife likes to get her sleep because she works really early in the morning. But then yesterday, when we picked her up after school to go to the dentist, um, she said one of her friends in school said, just pull it out. And so my daughter did. She just pulled it out. She's like, oh, there it is. And one of her schoolmates walked her down to the nurse's office, and the nurse gave her a little pink chest, plastic chest that she could put it in, and maybe gave her some cotton gauze or something to if there was any bleeding. But yeah, she just pulled it out by herself, and it was hanging. I mean, it was like 90 degrees. But then, when the dentist checked her yesterday, she said she was her teeth were in really good shape. Um, he calls them sugar bugs. She doesn't have any sugar bugs, which would be cavities. She brushes her teeth every morning and every night. She's really good about that, with our help and our encouragement, of course. And and he checked a couple more of her teeth, and he said she's got about. I think he said one, two, three, four. She's got three teeth. He said that were a little bit loose, and he said she may lose. This is the third tooth that she's lost. He said she may lose like five more teeth, four across the top and the four front ones in the bottom. He said over the next couple of years. And then after that, she probably won't lose any teeth for a couple of years after that. Those teeth will come out, and then that'll be it for a couple of years. So yeah, he said her teeth are doing really good. So very encouraging. Um, Yeah, I don't see anything on wait list. I do not see anything. So we have we've got our game up here. This is turn 7. Even though this says turn 6 up here, for some reason, when I opened the turn 7, which I thought I was saving this earlier today as turn 7, when I opened turn 7, it was actually turn 6. And I'm like, no, wait a second. I already did these activations, these potential contact activations and stuff. Wait. So then I opened up turn 6, and this is what the map should look like. This was the end of turn 6 and then the beginning of turn 7. And so when I looked up here to the command display, it shows that we've flipped it to turn 7. We've moved the commanders up here to get their orders. So yeah, everything looks okay. I've got a perfect bar, dark chocolate chip peanut butter. I'm gonna be munching on that a little bit. Just to give me some energy to stay up for the next few hours after being up at this morning. So we get up at I have an alarm that goes off at 6:15. She has to be in school at 7:45, so I have an alarm that goes off at 6:15. Also going to have a ginger ale product placement. I have an alarm that goes off at 6:15, 6:30, then about 7 o'clock for us to go upstairs and get dressed, brush our teeth, get dressed. Then we try to get out of the house by 20 after 7. So I had my phone on the charger down here last night. I have a USB cable, and I was charging my phone last night and thought it was charging. Well, I have it plugged into I have the charging cable plugged into a USB bank where I have my cameras plugged in there, my microphone's plugged in there. I can actually take a few things out and plug in my HOTUS, my my flight stick, and my throttle. I can plug that in there. It provides enough power for 3.0, whatever that is. USB 3.0. Anyways, so I had it plugged in there last night and put it on my charger when I got upstairs, because I have a charger upstairs too. And the charger upstairs, I just lay it down on the charger, and then it's supposed to light up. It shows me that it's charging, and then it's a cordless charger. I don't have to plug the phone in. I have to plug the charger in, but I don't have to plug the phone in. And so, hey, what's going on, Persephone? How you doing tonight, or today, or this afternoon, or this evening? And so this morning we have blackout curtains in our bedroom. My wife and I, we have blackout curtains, but on the edges you can kind of see, if it's getting light outside, you can see a little bit of light. And so this morning, I woke up and I saw a little bit of light out the window, and peripheral vision. And so I grabbed my phone. I'm going to check the time. I grabbed my phone and I hit the button to turn on the screen. Glad to hear it. Doing well. That's good. Hit the button to turn on the screen. Nothing happens. I'm like, Come on, phone. Hit the button again to turn on the screen. Nothing happens. What is going on? So I hold the button down for like 5 seconds, and then the screen comes on. It says 0. My phone's dead. No power, no battery power, not charged, obviously. I'm like, so for a split second, the thought went through my mind, just lay back down for a few minutes. But then I'm like, no, I need to find out what time it is. So, and that's something I got to put on my to-do list. So I go to the bathroom. We have a clock in there on the wall. We go to the bathroom. I had to go to the bathroom anyways. I look up at the clock on the wall. Uh, it's 20 minutes till 7, and we're supposed. So my daughter's supposed to be downstairs eating breakfast. It's one of those mornings where you're looking at it. It used to happen to me when I worked in the real world. You know, you wake up like you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be at work at like say 9 o'clock in the morning. You're supposed to be at work, and you wake up and you look at the time, and it's 5 after 9. You're late for work, and you're not even out of bed yet. Just like so. Anyways, thankfully we weren't late. We were just late getting up. My phone was dead, and so the alarm at 6:15 didn't go off. The alarm at 6:30 didn't go off. The alarm at 6:55 wasn't going to go off. None of them were going to go off because the phone was dead. And it was 20 minutes till 7. So I quick went to the bathroom. I got into my daughter's room, and thankfully she was up and she was on the toilet, and she likes to read on the toilet like her old man. She likes to read on the toilet, and she was sitting there reading. And I went in, got the book. She had actually pooped. We're still helping her with wiping her poop off and stuff. So I got the book. I put it on her nightstand, gave her some toilet paper to wipe herself off with, wiped her butt off, and said, okay, wash your hands. I'm going downstairs. We're going to start going because we got up late. My phone wasn't charged and the alarms didn't go off, and we got up late, so we got to get going. And thankfully, we got out of the house right on time. I gave her her regular bowl of cereal. She ate the whole thing. Usually she's dragging her feet, but she ate the whole thing. We got upstairs, got dressed. She brushed her teeth. Actually, I told her she didn't have to brush her teeth this morning. I said, just rinse your mouth out with some water. So she did that. I got dressed. We went downstairs, got out the door at our normal time. So I'm glad. I'm glad the Lord did not let me go back to sleep. Just, oh, let me just lay my head down for a second and just, no, I'm like, I got to check and see what time it is. And it was time. It was time. So, yeah, that was our funny thing today. Those are actually pretty good. Perfect bars, 15 grams of protein, 20 plus superfoods. They're kind of high in calories, though. But they're made peanut butter. It's made with peanut butter and dark chocolate chips. Very tasty. So, this is our situation. Our situation is this. I go way too fast. I think part of the reason for that is because you can see there's a lot going on the map here. And like this morning, I got new tires put on my car. So I didn't get on and start streaming till about 12:15. maybe. And so I was kind of rushing through because I wanted to get done with this turn. I want to get this turn resolved. And that way I can stop and go, okay, now we're on turn 7. So at the end, I was kind of rushing a little bit. I'm looking at my phone. Let's see what time it is. I got to go pick up my daughter after school. And I start rushing a little bit. And then what I wind up doing is I skip over parts of the sequence of play. Like at one point, I skipped right over the enemy activity check segment, and I went right to the combat effects segment. And I'm resolving well, it had to do with the enemy, and so I'm resolving combat, and I'm like, wait a second. I haven't even resolved the enemy activity yet, because the enemy gets a chance to react to what's going on also. So I went back, I undid. I was actually working. I had done combat on this card, combat on this card. I was working on combat on this card, and I'm like, no, wait a second. I've got to resolve combat, or I've got to resolve the enemy activity phase. So I actually pulled these units off. I got another German unit over here, like one of the Grenadier units. I put the Grenadier unit back on there. When I was resolving the combat, he was pinned, and so I made him pinned. And then this soldier's been pinned for like 3 turns. Every combat resolution phase, he just stays pinned. If you get a pin result on a pins unit, they stay pinned. That's all that happens. Nothing changes. So I had to go, wait. So I had to go back from the combat effects. I had to go back and go, wait, no, I have to do this. So I did that. Then I started, so I have to have this out like all the time and up. And I'm trying to keep it up so that I can follow it step by step by step. The other thing I need to do, because I've got a bunch of different screens here. So what happened today, my wife was at work. She got off work. She was going to do some shopping. So I went upstairs to unlock the door so that she could let herself in just with her house key. So we didn't have the deadbolt on and the screen door wasn't locked. And so I had on my Be Right Back music. And when I come back from my Be Right Back music, I put on my full screen camera. Hi, I'm back, everybody. Thanks for giving me a break. Just had to go run some inside the house errands. And then I forget to go back to the game camera. And so I think I did the whole combat resolution, including this card here, all these cards. I did the whole combat resolution with the full screen camera on. And then I realized what I'd done. I looked over, I realized what I'd done. I'm like, no. So what I did is I put the game camera back on and I went through and I explained everything that I did. And I tried to assuage people's maybe concerns that I'm not showing what I'm doing so that I can benefit myself with the card draws and stuff. And I'm not. Because down here, my second platoon, and I'm pretty sure I had him undercover when this happened. Anyways, my second platoon HQ got hit and was paralyzed. And so that's not good because my second platoon HQ is needed to get these guys moving. To try to capture these last two areas right here. So tonight I'm going to try to be a lot more I'm going to go slower. I'm going to try to be a lot more deliberate in using the um, the sequence of play. I think there might have been a couple of times where I had the cards out, and what happens is when you pull the reshuffle card, say you're pulling like 3 cards here to find cover. Okay, you're pulling 3 cards. You pull the first card, and then you pull the second card, and it's a reshuffle. Well, the game rules say you're supposed to draw the next 2 cards and then reshuffle. Complete the card draw, even if you draw the reshuffle card. Complete the card draw and then reshuffle. You just right click, you click on reshuffle in the deck. There's a couple of times where I've gotten to the end of the deck without reshuffling. So all the cards are over here. This side is empty. And so I think I skipped that part of reshuffling. And so I need to pay attention to that because that can affect the deck and the cards that are being drawn and all that stuff. So, anyways, this is a training mission. And so I feel a little bad, but I don't feel totally bad because it's training. I'm still learning the system. It's a 92-page rule book. And what kind of slows me down is questions that I have because pretty much everything can generate a question. What do I do here? What do I do here? And again, like they say, 90% of the rules are used 10% of the time. The 10% of the rules, like movement, combat, card draw, sequence of play, stuff like that, 10% of the rules are used 90% of the time. So 90% of the game is using a small subset of the rules. But that other 10% of the game where you need to look up, one of the 90%, that's what kind of slows me down, distracts me, and I get a little bit off target. So, by the way, this is our second objective. We've already taken that. This is our first objective. This is our attack position where we're supposed to capture this so that we can attack the first and second objective. And so we have 4 turns left, 7, 8, 9. We're on turn 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 4 turns left. So things are looking okay. Hey, Shroom, what's going on? Just to kind of explain the map here, what we got going on with the map. We're on turn 7, so we have 4 turns left. This is the keep up the fire training scenario. We've advanced all the way to row 4. We've captured our attack position. We've captured our secondary objective. And we're working on taking the primary objective. Now over here, we've got a light machine gun. We had a light machine gun over here, which has been busted up by, I'm going to try to get some artillery fire down there. Can I get artillery fire over there? So here's a question from level 2. How much can I see over? Can I see over? This machine gun is long range, so it can't reach there anyways. It can. This is point blank range. This is close range. This is long range. So it's only, and this is very long range. So the machine gun I have though is only long range. But my machine gun's in here anyways. What I need to do is I need to command these units to quit firing into this card. Because I got a squad down here that's pinned right now because he's taking fire from this machine gun and these two squads. If I can, I'm going to tell him to get into this cover. I don't think he's in this cover. This is where there was a mortar spotter, not a forward observer, a spotter under that card. And the special rules, so we can go in this to this the special rules in this scenario is that the enemy spotters draw 2 cards to make subsequent calls for fire. If an enemy spotter's put on the board, a incoming marker is put down, which means fire is coming. Incoming mortar fire is coming on that card in the combat phase. But then the spotters can try to do subsequent calls for fire. If the attempt fails, the spotter is immediately removed from play. Well, I think that it's kind of weird because we have the enemy packages down here. Now, up until, and you can see here, well, I can show you probably better from here. This is how the map was set up. Potential contacts C, potential contacts B, potential contacts A, potential contacts B. I'm working on row B right now. I have not yet cleared this. There's a open field right here that I haven't cleared yet. But I'm trying to move up this way because this is an open field. I'm trying to move up this way around that field and flank. This is my objective 2. This is my objective 1. I'm trying to flank that position. So anyways, you can see down here that the German force packages, I've drawn this one, and you can see over here, package 3. If it's an A on a 2 to 3 card, you draw 10. You're drawing a random number 10, and on a 2 to 3, it is package A. If it's a potential contact B on a random number 3 to 4, 3 or 4, that is a 3. And on the PCC marker, on a 5 or 6 out of random number, it's that incoming mortar fire with a spotter. I think I've gotten that at least 3 times. I've gotten this at least 3 times out of the 12? And I haven't done this one yet. I haven't done this one yet. So out of 10, I've gotten the mortar. I've gotten the incoming mortar fire like 3 or 4 times. The thing is that every time I check the enemy activity hierarchy for them, when it's that phase, the game system tells them to call for more fire. So I call for more fire, and I draw the cards, and there's no blast symbol, and so they don't successfully call for more fire. And so they get removed from play. That's happened every single time. Out of those 3 or 4 enemy packages that have been placed that have been the incoming mortar fire, none of them have had a second shot at a target. They've all been removed. Pretty sure it might have happened one time, now that I'm thinking back. But first of all, this is happening way too many times. Second of all, The other one that I've gotten is maneuvering. I've only got maybe I think I've got 5 or 6 activations, contacts out of the 10. So I've got like 3 or 4 of these. I've got 3 or 4 of these to make like 6, 2, 3, 4. Well, um, I've only drawn these 2 up until I drew this machine gun nest last turn on a B contact. So it's just I don't know. There's there's 9 packages on here. I've only drawn 3 of them over the course of 10 cards. And I've drawn multiples like 3 times. I've gotten this one several times, this one several times. I've just drawn the machine gun bunker. So I don't know. It's kind of weird, in my opinion. Yeah, they just pop in for a quick blast. They're just looking for that blast on that card, and then they're gone. Um, I think all my PDFs are set up right. I kind of went through that at the end of turn 6. Uh, I I need to look in the rules because, or I might have to Google it because I need to find out about not reconstituting. What is it when it happens during the mission? I'm trying to like rally a I might have to look on the here we go, 48, rallying and reconstitution. During play, units will be reduced to LATs to the effects of combat in certain orders. You may improve the state of a unit in a reduced state during a mission by rallying or bringing back a unit previously removed from play by reconstituting the unit. LATs are either named fire teams, which retain a connection to their original unit, usually printed on the reverse side of the counter, or generic LATs, paralyzed and litter teams, as well as generic fire and assault teams. Generic fire and assault teams differ between eras. The counters to use are noted on the unit breakdown chart in the missions book. Now, see, it is intentional. There's no mechanism to track which generic LATs have come from which specific units. Rally. Units can be rallied from various states with actions from the rally action menu according to the instructions below. For all of these actions, success is automatic if there is no VOF on the card. There is a VOF on the card. It was not automatic. We got to draw a card. A pinned unit can be considered to be in visual verbal communication for the purposes of receiving this order and a further exhort attempt. Rallying units from fire team side. Rallying generic LATs. Convert a paralyzed team to a litter team. You may improve the state of an unpinned unit by successful attempts at rally actions. What I'm trying to figure out, squads and HQs which have been removed from play may be reconstituted during play according to the rules below. Okay, generic LATs are never tracked to their original unit. So if weapons teams, forward observers, HQs, or CO staff are turned into paralyzed or litter teams, they can be rallied to generic fire or assault teams and used to reconstitute squads. Reconstituting HQ is returning an HQ unit to the map that has been removed from play by converting an eligible good order step into the desired HQ unit. Reconstituted HQs always enter play as green experience. Follow the instructions below depending on the kind of HQ being reconstituted. CO staff may not be reconstituted during the mission. Platoon HQ may be reconstituted from a company staff unit or any good order step from that platoon where they reconstitute a platoon HQ action. Okay. Reconstitute HQ. Would that be a rally action? Reconstitute HQ action. Reconstitute the company HQ. Reconstitute a platoon HQ. That is 1. It's automatic. Company HQ or company staff. Okay. Company staff or any good order unit from that platoon. Reduce the recipient by 1 step or remove the company staff unit and place the platoon HQ back into play on that card at a green experience level. Well, it's automatic. Okay. Let's leave this up. Then we'll hop back over here. Platoon HQ may be reconstituted from a CO staff unit. I don't want to do that. I want to keep my units, I think, or any good order step from that platoon. It just says good order step. No attempts requires action, however, requires HQ to give the order, even if carried out as part of general initiative. Okay, so I have a couple. So I could use 1 step of this to reconstitute this. But I also have a couple of these fire teams are from where? I think these fire teams are from 2nd Platoon. That's 3. That's 3rd and 2 of 3rd. That's 2 of 1. That's 3 of 1. These actually might be part of 1 of 1. Probably. But what I could do is I could reduce this step. He's got to be good order though, so he has to be rallied. Any good order step from that platoon will reconstitute a platoon HQ action. So this was 2nd Platoon HQ. This is 2nd Platoon 3rd Squad. So I could reduce this by a step and then bring back on the 3rd HQ or the 2nd HQ, but they would be green. So I need to stop the fire on this card. So I want to get him reconstituted. let's go in here, and we know we're going to activate the company HQ. So let's do that. And then we know we're going to draw commands for the company HQ. So let's do that. Nope, we're not going to do that yet. Why? Because I'm not following the sequence of play. It's right here. I'm trying to be, I have to go slower. I have to be more deliberate. And ABC. Hey, what's up, Hooligan? Thanks for coming into the stream. Appreciate it. We got to draw on the friendly hire HQ event phase. Draw an action card. If the HQ icon is present, determine an event on the friendly hire HQ events table. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to look for a radio icon down here, and we don't get one. So we don't have a friendly hire HQ event. And I'm glad, because even though it says friendly hire HQ event, sometimes the events are not that friendly. We don't do defensive missions because we are on an offensive mission. So the enemy activity phase is over here. We skip down to the friendly command phase. The battalion commander is not on the map. Activate the company headquarters. We're going to do the company headquarter impulse. So what we're going to do is bring this back up here. We're going to draw an action card. We've already activated him. We're going to draw an action card and see how many commands he gets. He gets 4, but we're going to look and see where he is. He's down here. He's undercover, so he actually gets an additional command. And we can show that. So command, control, I got to remember that for this thing. He gets additional commands. Not that one. It'd be under this one. Command draw modifiers. If HQ or staff is undercover, under a cover marker, any type, basic, fortifications, or building, they get a +1 on their command draw. If they're under a VOF, they get a minus. So we might have some minuses this turn. So he gets a 4. And so we are going to put him on the 5 track here. And we're going to activate everybody. So we activate first platoon, second platoon, third platoon, first sergeant, XO. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to draw 4 now. Let's go back to the sequence of play. So we did the company headquarter impulse. If activated by the battalion HQ, draw an action card to give it the modified number of activated commands. Save those commands or expend them, and say any saved commands on orders to itself or other units up to the maximum per turn according to visibility and experience level as indicated on the command display. We did that. So now that's done. We're coming down here to the platoon HQ company staff impulse. We're going to select a platoon headquarters or company staff that was activated by the company HQ. We're going to draw an action card and give it the modified number of activated commands. We're going to save those commands or expend them and any saved commands in orders to itself or other units up to the maximum per turn according to visibility and experience level. We're going to repeat that for the next platoon, headquarters, or company staff. So we're going to go through these one at a time until they've all been activated and drawn commands and issued their orders and the like. Right now we are under engaged because we don't have any enemy and friendly units on the same card together. See, 1, 2, 3. So I can't see. This is long range, but I'm pretty sure my artillery forward observer can see into this hex if we can spot the heavy machine gun. Not the heavy, just a machine gun. So I'm probably not going to resolve this one or this one. These are the last two contacts I have left to resolve until I can take this out. Hopefully take this out, this out, this out, get it all cleaned up, and then go for these last two contacts. Yeah. You've had good practice reconstituting HQs in your company training runs. I think after this one, I think I might try the first mission of the campaign. Because just to try it and to mess it up and to, you know, I really messed it up today. Shroom, I actually was working on these right here to go through the I was going through the enemy activity phase on these, and I went to look something up, one of my going down the rabbit hole 10-minute things trying to find a rule or something. And when I came back in here, for some reason, I jumped down to the combat effects segment and I started resolving combat. I started resolving combat on these. And then I'm like, no, stop. I was looking up some information and trying to figure out something regarding the enemy activity phase. So I had to go all the way back. I had to redo stuff over here and go, let's go step by step. Let's have this out. Try to go step by step so that I don't get ahead of myself. Because like I said, I I go too fast. I'm going too fast. I'm trying to fly through this. And even though it seems like it takes me 2 hours to get through a turn, it still sometimes just feels like I'm going way too fast. I got to slow down. All right. So what we want to do over here is we want to try to reconstitute. So we need probably, so only the XO or the CO are going to be able to give the command to these guys to get them to reconstitute. They have to be given an order to do that. Oh, I just did that I just moved my CO. I just used up all my CO's orders. Oh boy. Let's see, sequence of play. Do we retreat? Where do we retreat? Potential retreat. Any unpinned paralyzed team with under a VOF marker, one card. They're pinned. So I'd have to get them unpinned. Now, First Sergeant, First sergeant can move over here and give the order. So let's try that. I wanted to leave my first sergeant here. He's going to try to infiltrate over here. I wanted to leave my first sergeant here to give orders to the machine gun and the artillery forward observer. If I can infiltrate over here, I can give the order to reconstitute. Well, I can give the order to rally, right? So, reconstitute, reduce the CPA one step and remove CO staff unit and replace the platoon back into play on the card on green experience level. So it doesn't say that they have to be good order. We have to look at 6.5.2. 6.5.2. 6.5.2. We were already over here. Any good order step. So they can't be pinned. If they're pinned, they're not good order. So first, we're going to have to rally these guys. And then we're going to have to, I don't think they have to be rallied. I don't think they have to be rallied. I don't know if it says over here. It just says any good order unit from that platoon. So I have to rally these guys, but I don't think the oh, you know what? So basically what I'm doing, I'm just taking a step from the platoon and making it into a headquarters, green headquarters. It doesn't have anything to do with a paralyzed unit. Okay, got it. It doesn't have anything to do with the paralyzed unit. The paralyzed unit is just the paralyzed unit. I'm not trying to do anything with this. I'm just trying to, these guys are paralyzed. They're off in a hole somewhere. The company HQ, they're just off in a hole somewhere. I'm doing it with these guys here. So, and it's automatic. So all I have to do is get the first sergeant up here and get him to do that. So let's give orders to the first sergeant. He is undercover, so he only gets 3 orders. That is not ideal. But he has extra orders. He's got lots of orders. He's got 3 orders. So that gets him up here. Let's move these guys out of the way. So I think what I want to do first with him is tell the artillery observer to try call fire in on the village. Now, since I'm in a observation post. We're going to go up here. We're going to look at elevation. Is that on? I know there's a section on it because I've seen it. Do 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 do. Might be under cover or terrain. Let's just look it up. Elevation. Yeah, don't need that. There's only 32. Elevation relative measurement fire, fields of fire. The base elevation is level 1 for all missions. I think it'd be better if they'd use level 0. You know? Anyways, level 1. Hills and upper stories add +1 to the base elevation. A single hill is level 2. Upper story is at level 2. An upper story on a hill is at level 3. Higher elevation allows units to trace line of sight over blocking terrain at lower levels as follows. Generally, higher level elevations to see over any lower elevations despite intervening dark borders. Units at level 2 see over level 1 terrain cards. However, when looking straight up or downhill from level 3 to level 1, but with a level 2 card with dark borders in between, line of sight is blocked. Okay. Same level terrain blocks line of sight to any lower level terrain. A unit on a level 2 terrain card cannot see over another level 2 terrain card to a level 1 terrain card behind it. Unless the elevation levels are known in advance, enemy units on face-down terrain cards are assumed to be at level 1. Terrain cards marked with multi-story icons designate for, when you find a cover, you get both the upper story cover marker and a regular building cover marker, which represents the ground floor. Consider these separate cover markers for purposes of commands, combat, and movement. Let's see. Do they talk about the observation post in here? No, they don't. Units can move between the 2 cover markers or directly to and from no cover and the upper story cover marker. Okay. Church tower marker is a special type of upper story cover marker with a step limit of 1. Right, that's all I have up in there. It is placed if building cover is discovered on a church terrain card. Church terrain cards are marked with an observation post OP icon as a reminder. Okay. So I just have the 1 step in here on the church tower, like the rules say. So I can see over this open fields. I can see over this orchard grove to this here. So that's what my forward observer is going to do. My first sergeant is going to command them to try to bring down fire. Let's go back to the mission. The mission says that we get forward observer we have HE. It's a -5 modifier. We get to draw 3 cards. So order 1 from first sergeant. Okay. Let's get the, oh, we got to spot him first, right? We got to spot him first. Can't spot him from there. Let's not do that. Can't use him to spot. I can't spot this guy. So since that's the case, we're gonna, since these guys are spotted here, this guy's spotted, we're gonna bring cover down on this guy. Fire down on this guy. So that hopefully I can get these. This actually isn't all pinned right now. With all pinned. This is an all pinned marker. I wonder if I don't think I did that. Of course, I wasn't supposed to change it till after the fire anyways. But yeah, it's all pinned. But let's try to bring, let's do what we said I was going to do. We'll just try to bring down some fire since we can see it. And my chances of spotting this one this time Let's look up spotting. We'd be able to draw 2 cards. We're gonna do attempt to spot. Line of sight to unspotted enemy. Draw action cards modified to the spotting modifier. The spotting attempt chart. Check for the crosshairs icon if the icon is present. Then the attempt succeeds. Remove any markers being. Now, does it give you a is there a limit to, is there a distance limit on spotting? I think I'm just going to come back up here because I know where it is. It's in it's under the enemy. Spotting the enemy, page 65. Some enemy users place enemy spotted. Many enemy users come to play unspotted. Card can never contain both. Units not engaged opposing units unspotted. Or to spot an enemy unit must be on the map and in line of sight of the unspotted enemy. Must be ordered to make a spotting attempt. Modified by the modifiers on the spotting draw. And crosshairs icon indicate. It doesn't say anything about distance. Right? And spotted enemy cannot be purposely targeted. There are only 3 cases where an unspotted enemy can be affected by a friendly VOF. There's no provision for distance. So I'm just going to have to assume. I mean, I kind of look at it this way. If this enemy was spotted, the artillery forward observer would be able to call fire down on it. So he should be able to try and spot it, regardless of the distance. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't say in the rules. Excuse me. You have to draw 2 cards, any HQ or staff, line of sight. He's got line of sight to the card because he would be able to call down fire on it because he's up in the second. He's up on level 2 because this card's level 1, this card's level 1, this card's level 1. He's on level 2, so he can see it. Check for the crosshairs icon. So let's do that. We are going to give an order from the first sergeant to spot this guy. We're going to draw 2 cards, and we're going to look for this symbol right here on the card. 1, 2. Nope. So he's going to exhort said artillery officer. So the artillery officer gets to draw 1 more card. And we got it. He is spotted. And he's going to have I think he's going to have a very bad day. Because, so we got the exhort command. I got to do this step by step. So we had the order to spot we had the exhort command. Now we're going to give the artillery officer, we're going to tell him to call down fire, and that's 3 cards. You know, the reason, oh, you know what? Oh, let's go back. Let's go back. We're going to have to go back. Spotting attempt. Spotting recipient is on a higher elevation. So we're at 2 cards. Spotting recipients on a higher elevation, that's 3. It is a, they're undercover, that's 2. It's just a machine gun. They have 3 or more cover value, that's 1. They are a unit with a VOF rating of A, so that's 2. So I was able to draw 2 cards, and then 1 card for the subsequent exhortation. So again, he was undercover. The spotting recipient, which was the artillery forward observer, was on a higher elevation, so that's 1. Make it 3 cards. The target was undercover. That brings it down to 2 cards, -1. He is under 3 or more cover value. That brings it down to 1 from 2. But the target is firing with a VOF of A. That's +1. Easier to find when you're firing a machine gun. So we were able to draw 2 and then the subsequent 1. So now what we want to do is the first sergeant is going to order the artillery officer to call down fire on this machine gun in the foxholes. So this is 3 cards. We're looking for the blast symbol on the card. There's 1, 2, 3. We have to exhort him. Come on. You can do it. We draw a subsequent card. And we don't get it. He is, though, exposed. He is not undercover anymore. So that's good. So that was the attempt to... it took 2 attempts to spot him. We tried 2 attempts to bring fire down on him with our artillery forward observer. We were not able to do it. So now the first sergeant has 4 orders left. I can't shoot the I can shoot the grenade at this guy. And I guess I would pick randomly, actually, which one got hit. Since they're all pinned, and I'm getting all pinned down here, a +2 to the fire into the hex, I might just leave that. We still have our machine gun firing up into here. Our machine gun is long range, so this is close range, this is long. So he's still firing into there. So I might save the rest of the first sergeant's orders. Is there anything you can do? Oh, he can concentrate fire. Machine gun can concentrate fire right here. So that will be not that one. Charts. Combat actions. Attempt to concentrate fire by the machine gun. Draw 2 cards. Any good, order A. Well, let's see. Select either a stack of units under a cover marker or one random unit out of cover as the target. I don't want to do that. These guys are already paralyzed, so I think they might actually be retreating. They might actually be retreating next turn. I don't know. I think we're just going to save the rest of First Sergeant's orders. I don't want to randomly pick. I want to pick this guy. I don't want to randomly pick, and then I get this paralyzed, and they're already paralyzed, and they're pinned, and we've already got them under a VOF and a crossfire. So this is going to flip. That's going to flip. So I think I'm just going to save the rest of his orders. Pull him down here. I don't really think there's anything else I want to do. I wanted next turn. I mean, I could do this in the general impulse. I can try to call fire down again. I just can't be exhorted. All right, so what's next? These guys. Oh, wait, I was going to move. So rescind that order, soldier. Rescind that order, soldier. We have Sergeant, what's his name? Sergeant somebody who is like a big cartoon character or whatever. We're going to go up here and try to reconstitute the HQ up here and then try to move these guys out. So we're going to try to infiltrate. We're going to try to infiltrate over here. And we're going to draw 2 cards. We're looking for a infiltrate symbol. 1, 2. Nope, this could be a bad move because now he's exposed. Now, that was 1. Now he's got to try to rally these guys. Now, can he exhort himself to do it? Oh, you know what? He could have. Let's do this. I'm fudging, guys, because like I said, I'm just learning the game. I'm fudging a little bit, and I've got these things all over the place. That's good. That's a good placement of the card. He's moving undercover. So he is undercover. So at least he can get a little bit of benefit, a little bit of protection being undercover. Okay. And these guys were all pinned anyway, so hopefully that will help. So I didn't see the cover marker up here, but he is undercover. He moved undercover. Now he's going to try to rally these guys, which is going to be a rally action. So we had 8. So artillery, forward observer, and then exhort, And then what was the other one? Oh, artillery forward observer, spot, and then exhort, call fire and exhort, and now move. First sergeant move. Try to infiltrate. He did not successfully infiltrate. So now he's going to try to rally these guys. And that will be a rally action. Attempt to remove a pinned marker. Cost is 1 order. We already paid it. 2 draws, any HQ or staff, any unit under a pin marker. If the recipient's card has any VOF marker on it, draw action cards and check for the word rally. If the rally is drawn, then the attempt succeeds. Seems pretty straightforward. This is the rally card that I needed, but I drew that on the attempt to infiltrate. And this is the rally card that I needed to do this. Okay, let's draw 2 cards. 1, 2. No rally. Okay, so I can't do that this turn, and he's kind of hung out to dry here. Can a unit self-rally? I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay, so now, well and truly, are your orders over, sir? Again, we had spot, exhort, call for fire, exhort, move, try to rally. Spot, exhort. Move, exhort. Try to infiltrate, try to rally. So I'm going to flip you over and drop you down here. You got 2 orders left. I'm not sure what else I can do there, if anything. Okay, so now I have a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd platoon I can activate. And draw orders for them. I'm going to have a sip of my soda, which I opened about an hour ago. Canada Dry. Ginger ale. Very refreshing. I might have a little bit of have a pretzel. I like crunchy. I like crunchy. I think I might do a platoon move up here. They're all pinned. These guys are all part of the platoon. So I think I'm going to do a platoon move up here. So let's pull for orders for, who is this? First platoon. Okay, he's got 1 order saved. So let's draw. He's undercover. There's a cover marker in there. So we are going to draw a card. There's the infiltrate. No, I was looking for rally. So 3 and 4. So first platoon is going to get, has 6 orders now. See, that's the infiltrate that I needed to do the platoon infiltrate. So we're going to try to infiltrate because it's under a VOF. We're going to try to infiltrate the platoon. It's the movement action. Attempt to have a platoon infiltrate an adjacent card. Cost two orders. You draw all good order units of that platoon on the same card that are not marked as exposed and that do not have a tripod symbol or an HVOF rating. Have each unit in the platoon perform an attempt to infiltrate on adjacent card action. All units move to the same card. Units on the card who are out of communication with the originator remain in place. So we're just going to start drawing cards here for this attempt. They're all going to move up here. It's just a matter of whether they're going to move and be exposed if they fail the infiltration, or whether they're going to move and not be exposed. We're not doing the company XO. He's got his own set of orders coming up. So, am I moving to that one? Or am I moving to that one? I don't want to move to this one. Okay, if I move to this one, I get a -1 VOF for automatic fire from the machine gun. He's got 6 orders. We're going to go back here. He's got 6 orders. I can't move to this one. I can move my I can move my platoon HQ over here and tell him to quit firing, because I've got this guy here that I want to protect, even though he's under. I could actually tell him to change fire to over here, and it would be safer over here to move because there's no VOF on here. So let's do that. Let's do the platoon move to here. So first we'll move, and then I can also bring mortar fire down over here. So we got 2 fire teams on there. So let's do the whole platoon move to up here. It's going to be safer. So we're going to start with the headquarters unit. Come on, boys, let's go. Draw 2 cards. 1, 2. He is exposed. We're going to do the machine gun. 1, 2. Exposed. Okay, but okay, this is gone because this was on this card. I didn't take it off yet. We're going to clone this because now this card is under a VOF for automatic weapons from the machine gun. So we're doing platoon. We're still doing platoon, costs 2 orders. We're dragging the mortar forward observer up there. He's trying to infiltrate. He does successfully infiltrate, so we have to draw another card. We're going to go with the light mortar. Does he infiltrate? He does not. He is exposed. The bazooka team, they're going to try to infiltrate, and they do not. So they're exposed. I actually had one platoon move. I think out of like the 6 units that moved, only one of them was exposed. Every one of them was able to infiltrate. Okay, so I got to reshuffle. And now the exo's down here. So that was the two. That was the two moves for the first platoon to move up here. Okay, he's gonna tell he's gonna tell now this is another interesting thing because if I give a command to cease fire, then the whole card will cease fire. But I just put a PDF down here and changed this to a -1. Now, from what I read, you give a command on the card to cease fire, but then it says that any units that have a line of sight to an enemy immediately resume fire. So I'm going to tell him to cease fire. We already spent the command right here. We're going to delete that one. But then this light machine gun is going to start firing again immediately on because there's enemies here. Now the do I want to do anything else? Again, I could try to concentrate fire, but then I might wind up on this. And then, what I think I'll do is I'll try have the mortar forward observer try to put fire down here. So we have to draw 2 cards. We're looking for the blast symbol. I do want to come out here and check this. You know what's interesting, Shroom? Is I actually I was looking back and reading through the basic manual, and I did get some stuff out of there that I was like, oh, okay. I mean, one of the things that I got, I think I was showing you the other day, was this, how to keep this organized, the command track. But then there's some other stuff in there, and I'm like, oh, okay. So just, I read it through to get into the game and start playing the game and stuff, and then pretty much forgot everything I read. And I go back through it, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, all right, and yeah, there was like 2 or 3 things that I picked out. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's good to go back. It's good to go back. Okay, battalion mortar platoon. Okay, so this isn't battalion mortar platoon. I don't have a mortar platoon. I have a mortar forward observer. And we don't have a mortar platoon. Oh, it must be these guys here, right? Must be. So on HE, we get to draw 1 card. Do we have... We do have mortar guy over here. But they can't fire exposed. So I guess I only get 1 card. I think I was drawing 2 cards before. I think I was drawing 2 cards, but it says here you only draw 1 card for or maybe you use this here. Yeah, because it seems like field artillery would use this. The mortar forward observers calling in mortar fire. It's kind of confusing. Looking at this right now, I'm kind of confused. I'm like, wait, what? Oh, battalion fire missions are not available. It seems like the artillery forward observer would be calling in field artillery. The mortar forward observer would be calling in battalion mortar platoon or mortar fire. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. I don't know. That's probably wrong, but that's all right. So first platoon HQ. What did we have? We had how many orders? We did that order. We told him to stop firing on the card. So we did a platoon move, a platoon infiltration. We told him to stop firing on the card. I think I just paid the order for him to pull for mortar fire on this card. So we're going to draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Don't get it. I can exhort him to draw 1 more. So let's do that. Don't get it. Okay. We're going to save 1. That's first platoon. Now second platoon. I already... Oh, did I not? I think I stopped second platoon, didn't I? No, it was third. Was I done with third? Pretty sure I was. Was I done with third? I must have been. Because I stopped. Because there's nothing else I could do. I can't move. I told these guys to unpin yourself. And then I exhorted them to unpin yourself, and they wouldn't do it. So really, that's all I can do. And so I think I didn't flip this yet, but I think I got to flip it and drag it down here. Okay, second platoon. I don't have a second platoon HQ. So I guess, do I get to save that until I find my second platoon HQ? I don't know. I don't know. XO. We're going to activate the XO. We're going to give him some commands. See what's what. He is undercover, so he gets +1. He gets 5 commands. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's all the way up to 9. I can only save 6. So I think we're going to try to sneak over here and tell these guys to stop firing. So we're going to sneak. We're going to tell ourselves to sneak. We're going to give ourselves the order to sneak. So we get to draw 2 cards, and we're looking for the sneak symbol. Can I exhort myself? We got the sneak symbol. So we are going undercover with these guys just because that's what the initial thing was. And we're going to tell them. So we infiltrated undercover. That's one order. We're telling these guys to stop firing at your poor friends up here. That's the next order. Now, I can move again to another card because I'm not marked exposed. So I was able to safely infiltrate. I could order these guys to reconstitute part of a squad, and then they wouldn't be green, maybe. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm on the wrong screen here. What did I do while I was away? I moved these guys up here. Tried to infiltrate all of them. Only one successfully infiltrated. I um I did have, so I was doing all of this with first platoon, but when I looked back over here, the third platoon was up here on his activated side. And the last really thing I could do over where third platoon was is what I attempted to do was to rally um third squad second platoon. So I tried to rally him, I exhorted him, didn't work. And so that's where I stopped. So I'm assuming that's where I stopped with him, and I just save his orders because I can't really do anything else. Um hopefully these guys here don't rally. If they do, we're going to have a -1 VOF on this one, even though this one's in cover. You know, bad things can still happen. So the XO did his infiltrate over here. Told the whole card basically, ceasefire. So that was 2 orders. And now he could move again. Or he could try to reconstitute this squad. Let's go back to reconstitute squad fun. That would be way up here. Rallying and reconstitution. 48. We just read it. Let's read it again. Okay. Units will be reduced. You may improve the state of a unit and reduce state during a mission by rallying or bringing back a previous removed from play. I think it's automatic, right? Didn't we do that? And we looked at that on the command display. No, not the command display. This display. We looked at that for command and control options. Reconstituted platoon HQ, company HQ. Pin marker, convert. Another team to a fire team. Convert a fire team to an assault team. Supplement squad. Attempt to reconstitute squad. 2 to 4 unpinned assault or fire teams. Okay, draw action cards and check for the word rally. If rally is drawn, then attempt succeeds. Remove the 2 to 4 teams. Replace them with a squad with an equal number of steps that was previously been removed from play. Okay, so I get to attempt 1 order, 2 cards, and I need 2 to 4 unpinned assault teams. So that would be these guys, assault or fire teams. They are 2 to 4 unpinned assault or fire teams. Okay. So, and that can be any HQ or staff. Okay. So he's going to spend an order to try to rally these guys into reconstituting. Looking for rally. You can only do this one time. I guess you can't exhort them to do it again, I guess. It doesn't say anything about exhorting them, but I think I could because it says you can pretty much do exhort on any failed attempt. So we're looking for rally. There's rally. Okay. Double rally. These guys are now super team. So we're going to go over here. We're going to pull from the 9th Infantry. I think this was 2nd Platoon. No. His 1st Platoon. Let's see. Up here, 3rd of the 1st. And I think second of the 1st is up here. So I think this was 1st of the 1st. So we're going to drag him down here. Flip him. He's not pinned though. We're going to unpin. And then these two guys come off. But he is green. Right? Is that what that said? Doesn't say it's green. Now these guys are green. So if I reconstitute and they're in cover because, well, they were in cover to start with, does that mean that they are that they're also green? Essentially the usual communication, rallying units from their fire team side. Reconstitution. Remove from play may be reconstituted and play according to rules below. You may reconstitute a quads may remove from play. Any 2, 3, or 4 fire assault teams may be given an attempt to reconstitute order. Draw action cards, modify the experience level of the HQ given the order, and check for the word rally. Remove the fire assault teams, replace them with a previously removed squad. Thus, in practice, a regular squad can regain its original good order counter during the mission through first rallying steps up to fire assault teams and then reconstituting a team into a squad, which is based on the experience level of the LATs used for reconstitution. Yeah, line for assault teams, green for all others. Yeah, the fire team was green. So I don't know if there's a way for me to mark this as being green. Oh, experience. I can cycle that with Control E. Nice. He's green. Ah, I wish I hadn't found that. No experience. Supplemental squad, supplement with LAT, detach. Okay. Now, if I could get, I think this unit goes with this. If I could come down here and, or bring this guy down here, I could add this in, I think, or I could actually get this one back up to a fire team and then add it back in here. But I'm not going to do that. What's the XO want to do with these guys now? We want to move up here. I successfully infiltrated. Did I infiltrate? No, I can't infiltrate because I'm not under, so I am exposed because not under a VOF here from where I moved from, not under a VOF here where I moved to. So yeah, I can't do that. So I am exposed. Any other orders that I can do? I could tell him to come over here, go up here. I think I'm going to. I'm going to order him up here. I'm going to order him. I can't infiltrate, but I'm going to order him to go up here because um, I want to move out of here. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to. I can save 6 orders. I'll just save 6 orders. I've already got a lot of guys up in here, and these guys could switch fire to a different they could wind up switching fire, so I don't want to do that. Okay, so now we have done the platoon and company staff impulse. Everybody has been activated and used up their orders. So now we're going to go down to the initiative segment. Company HQ initiative segment. All the company HQs were activated except for the second because there is no second yet. Hopefully there will be again. But the company HQ, they were already activated. All the platoons were activated. The company staff was activated. And so now we go down to the general impulse. And we're going to draw a card for a number of commands, 2, that we can give to any unit. Now, can a pinned unit move into cover? That's the question. Only 150 references. Well, that shouldn't take us too long to go through those. If they're pinned, can they find cover? Is an infantry unit that is not a limited action team and not pinned. Basic VOF, pinned. Capture segment, retreat segment, pinned recovery segment, remove pinned, yeah, it said that the basically when you reconstitute an HQ or you reconstitute a squad, they come back at the level of if you're reconstituting a squad from assault teams, then it comes back as line. If you're reconstituting squad as any other LAT, then it comes back as green. Okay, so we're not in that phase. I think I'm going to have another pretzel. A little small one. So maybe if we go into, we look at the charts for movement. Well, you know what? This actually might be a command. Nope. It's going to be a combat action. Maybe. I think it's going to be movement. Move to an adjacent card. Move within a card. Move a platoon. How many? See, this is where I get confused. How many orders do I have? I have 2 orders. Okay. Everybody, remember that. I got 2 orders. I better do this. Let's see. Attempt to seek cover. I'm not seeking cover. I just want to move. It's something about moving on a card. Let's go up here to movement. Movement 31. What time is it? It is 10:32. Not too bad. Movement within a card. Mark any unit that moves unless it successfully infiltrates with an exposed marker. A unit may use move within a card actions to move between areas with a single terrain card under a cover marker. Okay, pinned and LAT units may be limited in how and where they can move. Oh, you know what? There is a LAT limitations right here. Pinned. Reduced to pinned. Attempt to see movement. There are no additional restrictions on command and control actions besides those listed in the action menu. Attempt to seek cover, move within a card, move to an adjacent card, but only if that card is a staging area or is friendly occupied and has no VOF on it. Oh. Attempt to remove a pinned marker. None. Same as if not pinned. So they can actually move to an adjacent card if that card is friendly occupied and has no VOF on it. Friendly occupied, no VOF. So I've got two orders. I could move over here. Now I would become exposed, but I can move to an adjacent card, but only if that card is a staging area or is friendly occupied and has no volume of fire marker on it. So that's what it says I can do. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get marked exposed. So hopefully these guys don't shift their fire down here. And then I'm going to tell the, that's one order. And then I'm going to tell the platoon HQ to look for cover over here. So we get to draw 3 cards. There is 1 cover. And we have not found the cover on here. So we're going to find the cover. And that's going to be the HQ that will get to go in the cover if we find it. So let's draw cards and look for the word cover. 1, 2, found it. 3. Now we did find cover on a farm card. And so what we get to do is I think we get to look for additional or a different type of cover. And the way we do that is this is a special part of the general mission rules. So it's kind of like what's the game? Cosmic Encounter was kind of the very first game where you had rules, but the cards that you had could allow you to change the rules. And I actually won a game of Cosmic Encounter at a convention because I had a card or an ability that would allow me to reverse the combat against me, to have that combat effect go against the person who was attacking me. And I pulled that card and I put it down, and their mouth kind of dropped open, like, and that was the end of the game. So I think Cosmic Encounter was kind of the first game where you could actually change the rules, and then they kind of developed that into Magic the Gathering. You know, cards had different effects and you could play those and stuff like that. So, but I think Cosmic Encounter was the first game like that. After a successful. Thanks, Shroom. Yeah. Remembering all this stuff. And I mean, I got to remember a 92-page rule book, and I got to remember how many orders I drew. I mean, that's just a little bit too much. After a successful attempt to seek cover, action on a village, farm, church, or cemetery card, draw on the following chart to see if a building or standard cover indicating ruins is discovered. So we did have a successful attempt to seek cover. Now what we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to draw a random number under the 4 column. Randomosity. And it's a 2. I think that's going to be a good number for us. We're going to go back and look and see what a 2 is. A 2 on 4 is a light building. That is a +2 cover. Not +1 like light cover. It's a +2 cover. So we're going to drop this thing. And we're going to get a light building, which is a +2. And we're going to put the CO underneath that cover. And there was only one extra bit of cover. So +2, +4, the CO is good. These guys might be in trouble depending on if they shift fire here. So that was our 2 orders. We ordered, what did we do? I know we did 2. Oh, yeah, we moved him over here. He got exposed. And then the company commander found cover here. So that's the general impulse, initiative impulse. Now we're going to go to the enemy higher HQ event segment. We're going to draw a card and see if there's a walkie-talkie symbol like this one here that we drew for the random card to find out what type of extra cover we found in that farm card. So we're looking for this one on this card, and we don't get one. So there is no higher enemy higher HQ event. Now we have to do the enemy activity check segment, which is the one that I like to skip. Which I skipped the last turn, basically, skipped the whole thing. Jumped right down into the combat phase. This one, I believe that we do randomly. Determine card order randomly. So we have 1 card. We have 2 cards. We have 3 cards, 4 cards. We have 4 cards with enemies on them. So we are going to draw an action card to find out which of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards we resolve first. On a 4, we have a 3. So it's going to be this card down here that we resolve first. So every unit on here is pinned. And so we have to go to the chart. We have to pull up enemy activity. We have to come over here to the LAT pinned activity chart, check hierarchy. None of them are under cover. So I think the first one that applies to all of them. Oh, you know what? We need to pick randomly on the card. Let's resolve randomly on the card. 1, 2, 3. Number 2. So it's going to be this unit right here that we resolve right now. This unit is pinned and not undercover. So over here, are they pinned on the same card as an opposing unit? No. Is he pinned on the same card as an opposing? No. Is he pinned and not undercover? Yes. So this is what we're going to use right here to determine his fate. And we're going to draw a card, and we're going to look under the 5. And we get a 2 under the 5. Pinned, not undercover. So there's no action. We just leave that one alone. You draw a 1 or a 2 out of 5, and it's no action. And we're doing this on this column because there's no leader in that card. Now we have 2 more on here. 1, 2. We're going to determine which one we do next. That's going to be number 1. He also is pinned and not undercover. So we're going to draw a 5 again. We're going to draw a 5 again and then reshuffle. That one is a 4. Pinned, not undercover, 4. He rallies. Of course he does. Why? Well, because that's what he did last time. And then we get volume of fire down here. Not all pinned. This guy's going to bring a volume of fire, but let's go ahead and first reshuffle this one. So that was a pinned, not undercover on a 5. That was a 4. He rallies. Okay, so we're going to remove the pin marker. We're going to switch this to a, change this to a -1, automatic weapons, and then we're going to shuffle. Yeah, it's weird how, I mean, maybe this kind of, the storyline of this is that this is a really strong unit. Man, these guys are tough as nails. They get broken and pinned, and then they just come roaring right back. And then they get broken again, and they come roaring right back. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully, he doesn't do too much damage here. I hope. Would have been nice if I could have got an incoming marker on here, because then they wouldn't be able to see out of the card. I could have ordered my mortar guy when the arty didn't work up here. I think I did, didn't I? I tried to put fire down on this one too. Didn't work. All right. So the last one in this card is this one. So he also is pinned and not undercover. What's going to happen to him? On the 5, it's a 2. And again, that is no action. So that card's been resolved. These 2 remain paralyzed and pinned, and this one rallied. So now we have 1, 2, 3 cards left. So 1, 2, 3. On a 3, we're going to resolve the 3 right over here. This guy is under small arms fire from here. There is a squad. There's not a squad. So they're not under any fire at all. I thought, oh, I moved the squad up here, didn't I? Did I move the squad up here? I did, I think, to maintain fire or something. I don't remember. So there it is. First squad, third platoon. There it is. It's in the stack here. Okay, so there is small arms fire across this open field, long range. So this would be on the card is point blank range. That'd be a P. Here we have an L. The next card, adjacent card would be a C for close range. L is long range, which is 2 cards away. And if there was a card up here, V would be very long range. So they are under VOF. They are pinned. So they are going to be a +1, a +2. They are not in this cover. This cover was there, but the unit under it got eliminated. So they are a +1 for being pinned. And this is the one that keeps getting pinned. And so when a unit gets pinned repeatedly, it just stays pinned. There's no change. So we're going to look under +2 and see what the result of that one is. It is a miss. So now when a unit is fired at and is missed, they rally and they are no longer pinned. So that was, oh wait, look what I just did. Do you see what I just did? I was doing the combat thing. I was doing the combat thing again. Oh, man. Mark as pinned. I have to resolve the enemy activity. I'm going, okay. Yeah, down here, he's got the volume fire. No, we're resolving the enemy activity. So that is on this chart. Chart's over here. This unit is pinned, not undercover. Just like these guys over here were pinned, not undercover. Pinned, not undercover, we're going to draw a card. We're going to look under the number 5. At least I caught myself that time before I did everything. Under the number 5 is a 1. And that is going to be pinned, not undercover. 1 is no action. So he just stays pinned. I'm pinned. Man. You just slow down. Relax. Take it easy. Have a pretzel. So we did this card and this card. Now, see, I think it'd be nice if there was another counter, and you could make one, that you could put on here. Enemy activity resolved. Enemy activity. And you could flip it. Need enemy activity check. Need enemy activity check. And you can flip it over. Enemy activity resolved. Resolved. Maybe I'll do that. I think you could just take one of these markers here. Just color it. Just change the... I don't know. This might actually be a scan. This is probably a scan. But you can make your own marker and put it in here just to kind of remind you. You could probably also... We're still engaged, right? Yeah. You could also just maybe put something down where it just tells you what phase you're in. Kind of, for me, I'd need sequence of play, I'd need it flashing, enemy activity, check segment, enemy activity, check set, flashing, do. Or it could be flashing, not combat effects segment yet. It's not the combat effects segment yet. Flashing. Because, I like to skip around. Okay, so we've done, this was 1, 2, 3, 4. We did 3. This was 1, 2, 3. We did 3. Now we're doing 1, 2. I think. I don't remember. I'm going to reshuffle here in just a second. On 2, we're doing 1. Then I'm going to reshuffle. So we're doing 1 over here. Now we have to randomly draw. Now I think that's where I kind of get confused, because now I have to draw 3 more cards. I have to draw 6 more cards, because I have to draw to see which one of these is going to be resolved first, 1, 2, or 3. And then I have to draw a card for that to see what the resolution is. If you don't like card games. Okay, we're going to draw 3. And we're going to find out which one we're going to be working on first. It's number 1. Now these guys are also pinned, not under cover. Where's my chart? They are pinned, not under cover. We're going to draw a 5. Look on 5. It's a 3. 3 on 5 is move into or seek cover. Well, which one are we doing? Which one were we doing? We're doing number 1. No. Yeah, we're doing number 1 out of 3. So this guy here is going to seek cover. They seek cover the same way that that the player seeks cover. Move into or seek cover. So I'm going to draw 2 cards, look for the cover symbol or the cover word. He found it. He found the 1 extra cover that is on this card. We're going to put +1 cover. Now he's on a farm, and so I'm not sure if this applies or not to this. I think this applies to either side. It's just like here, U.S. and German grenade attacks both use a -4 VOF. I think it's the same. This applies to both sides. So we're going to draw on a farm. We're going to draw another card, and we're going to look under the 4. Under the 4 is a 1. It's going to be very good for the Germans. Sure, it's a strong building. +3. Man. So this guy found a strong building. Did I find a strong building when I did mine? No. But they find a strong building. So now they're going to be a +5. It's going to be a +4, they're going to be a +2, +3, +1. That's a +6. -1 is a +5. They're going to be hard to dislodge from there, man. Okay, we're going to draw on a 2. And we're going to do number 2, which is this guy down here. He's paralyzed. He's pinned, not under cover. We're going to draw a card for him on a 5. He gets a 2, and there's no action. He's just hanging out down there like scared to death. So this is the last one. The fire team, they are pinned, not under cover. That's a 5. That's a 4. Pinned, not under cover. 4, they're going to rally. Holy smokes. Unpin. They're going to rally. So their fire down here is not all pinned anymore because this guy rallied. So this fire is going to be small arms. So I don't get the +2 anymore. Now, so if this paralyzed unit wasn't pinned, then we would have come all the way down here, paralyzed team not on an opposing unit's card. That's where we would have gone with that one. But he was pinned, not undercover, and so he just wound up not doing anything. So we had a range of effects there. We had this unit seeking cover and wound up finding. They should have found this cover before they started firing, because they would have had a machine gun. Were they a machine gun team? No, they were a squad, I think. They would have had a squad in a +3 level building, but instead they didn't. This one we had a rally. This one we had a do nothing. Okay, so now we have one left, and that's going to be these guys. They're not pinned. So we're going to go to a different. They're not offensive, they're defensive. They're using a deliberate offense. They're not on the same card as an opposing unit. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Okay, what did we resolve over here? We resolved on this card. Yeah, I think you guys saw how we found a strong building for these this nice German fire team to take up residence in, +3. So our attack on this is going to be +3. They're pinned. That's 4. That's 6 -1. They're going to be at a +5. This team did nothing. They're paralyzed still, pinned and paralyzed. This team rallied. So I'm not sure about fire from combined pinned and unpinned teams. I guess it's going to be the negative. It'll be the best, which is the lowest. It'll be the best lowest, which in this case isn't +2. It's +0 for the small arms fire. Okay, we got to resolve this guy over here, and then we're done with this segment. We're under deliberate. On same card as opposing? No. On same card? No. Is he a tripod unit, grenade, or heavy volume of fire? No. Not under fire and no line of sight to an opposing unit? No, he is under fire, and he does have a line of sight to an opposing unit. But he does have a line of sight to these. No, he doesn't have a line of sight, does he? Let's. This unit moved, so he doesn't have a line of sight to an opposing unit. Yes, he does. He has a line of sight from here up to here. The artillery, its line of sight is reciprocal. So if this artillery forward observer can see him, he can see the artillery forward observers. So he is not under fire and no line of sight, because he has a line of sight to an opposing unit. Not under fire. He is. This goes away because this unit moved. So that goes away. He's not under fire, but he does have a line of sight to an opposing unit. He's not under fire, but has a valid target along his PDF. He doesn't have a PDF because he's not going to shoot through his own troops. And he's long range, so he can only shoot here or here. Under fire, not under fire. Under fire from a different direction. No, he's not. Trading fire. No. Trading fire. Okay, this is, what do you think, Shroom? What do you think on this one? So my squad moved out of the farm. He moved back to this farm to get off of the VDF, the VOF. So when he moved, this fire marker, well, maybe I should have left it there. I should have left it there, right? Yeah, let me clone this one, bring it back up here. Because when he left, I'm going to rotate 180 degrees. When he left, does that mean that the enemy unit automatically stops shooting? No, it doesn't. He keeps shooting. So, but there's no crossfire here anymore. Even if there's no crossfire, there'd be automatic fire. He's not under fire and no line of sight to an opposing unit. He does have a line of sight to the church second story. Not under fire, but has a valid target along PDF. No, he doesn't. Under fire, but not under cover. No. Under fire, he's not under fire. Okay. On same card, no. He's not under fire, but he has a line of sight to an opposing unit, so that doesn't apply. He's not under fire, but has a valid target along his PDF. No, because there's no target there. Under fire, but not under cover. He's not under fire. He's not under fire. Okay. I guess, yeah. I guess so. I just don't do anything, I guess, huh? Well, let's read over here. Because I think I do something, but I'm not sure what it is. On each card, check LAT pinned units first, then good order units, and finally leaders. Oh, I didn't know that. You're supposed to do that. There is a hierarchy per card. I thought it was just random. Okay. First, locate the table to be used. Always use the LAT pin table for LAT pinned units, no matter what tactics are being used. For other units, check the mission instructions to determine which hierarchy to use, which tactics columns. Your column, no. In each hierarchy table, start at the top and work down. Use the first case that applies. Refer to the gray box below for detailed instructions of some actions. If no cases apply, the result is no action. I think that's what happens here. Under fire means a unit currently under an active VOF. They're not. Auto. Shift PDF. Grenade attack. Move into seek cover. Okay, we'll go over this one more time here. He's not on the same card as an opposing unit. He's not one of these. He's not under fire, but he does have a line of sight to the church tower here where this arty forward observer is. He does have a line of sight to them. Line of sight is reciprocal. He's not under fire, but has a valid target along his PDF. No, he does not. There's no, the squad moved out. He's under fire, but not under cover. No, he's not under fire. Under fire, no. He's not one of these units that has open fire. Place the PDF, no. Trading fire, no. So we just do nothing. He just hangs out there, I guess. Okay, so I think that is now that is something good to know, because I didn't know that you on each card you check LAT pinned units first, then good order units, then leaders. I thought you just picked them all randomly. So this is the order. Interesting. So we were up here. I think we're done with this. We resolved this, 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 and this. What time is it? I think we're going to be able to finish this turn, and then it's going to be time for me to bug out. Capture segment. Capture any paralyzed or stretcher litter team alone on a card with unpinned infantry units with a volume of fighter rating from the opposing side. I don't think we have any of those. If side does not take prisoners, convert captured steps to casualties. Enemy casualties on unoccupied and friendly occupied cards are captured. Retreat any unpinned paralyzed team under a VOF marker 1 card. Retreat any unpinned paralyzed team under a VOF marker 1 card. Oh, retreat any unpinned paralyzed team under a VOF marker. But they're pinned. Priorities no VOF. Retreat any unpinned stretcher litter team plus a casualty under a VOF marker. Okay, let's see. He is unpinned, but he's not under a VOF marker. He is pinned. He's pinned. He's on a VOF marker, but he's pinned. Can't do that. These guys are pinned on a VOF, but they have to be unpinned to retreat. He's pinned. He can't retreat. Okie doke. Remove existing incoming and airstrike. Flip pending. We don't have any. We're going into the potential contact evaluation segment. I don't think I have any to resolve. I only have these 2 left. So we're not doing the potential contact events segment. Remove pin markers from any vehicle or infantry units that are not under a VOF. There, let's see. Under a VOF. Under a VOF. Under a VOF. Under a VOF. No, not under a VOF. We get to lose the pin. Oh, I don't want to lose the pin. I don't want to lose the pin, because then that lowers my that makes me more vulnerable to attack. They're under a VOF. They're under a VOF. Okay, so I think we got those done. And then we're going into resolving combat. Draw an action card. Now, it says that it doesn't matter the order that you do this in. So I guess I'll start with this guy. It's fire team. He's pinned. That's a +1. He's under a strong building. That's +3. That's +4. +6. He's on a +6 with a -1 for these for this machine gun down here. So that's a +5. Let's see what happens for him on a +5. He's pinned. What? But he's already pinned, so that's no effect, basically. Drag this down here. We're in this resolution phase right here. So that was +1 for being pinned, +3, that's 4, +2 for the building, that's 6, -1 is 5. And the 5 was a pin. Okay. So now we're going to resolve this guy. He is a +2, -1, so he's a +1. So we're going to draw on that. +1 is a pin. He's pinned again. The paralyzed unit is pinned. That's a +1. +2 is 3. -1 is 2. So we're going to draw them on the 2. And that's a miss, and so they become unpinned. That's funny. It just seems like, I don't know, it just seems like they bounce back and forth. It seems like once like a step unit breaks down in steps, they just bounce back and forth between pin, unpinned. Sometimes it becomes paralyzed. They just kind of bounce around like that. It's really weird. Okay, this one, there's no combat on this card. There's no VOF because no targets. Nobody's shooting at him. Nobody can see him except the artillery forward observer can see him, but the artillery forward observer is still on the phone with battalion going, "Get me some fire on that machine gun." I'm struggling. All right, so let's come back down here. This is a small arms fire from here. Now, I don't change this to all pinned just because this is pinned. You don't change these. Now, this will probably change after in the cleanup phase, but you don't change the VOFs during combat. So we have the fire team here. We have a fire team over here. They're both small arms. They're firing into here. He's not under cover. He's at a +2 because all the fire's coming across this here. And so he's at a +2, so we're going to draw on +2. And hopefully he makes it. +2 is a miss. Good deal. Now these guys, there's this the next one here. Uh, there's no fire. There's no. Well, we can draw a card, I guess, because technically there is fire here. Um, I think I did that on a grenade attack. There was a grenade attack, but the forward observer, the mortar spotter left because he wasn't able to call fire down. So it says if the mortar spotter can't call fire down, then they just leave the map. And there was like a grenade or fire mission. So I just resolved it, and then you know next turn the card went away, or the marker went away. Okay, so this card here, make sure that this is, they're under fire from this machine gun right here. So that's why there's a, that's why there's a automatic weapons on here. They're being fired upon by this squad here. So that's why they are under fire with a crossfire, because a pinned unit can generate a crossfire. So they are -1, -2, +1. They're at a -1 for this fire team's at a -1. So we're going to draw on him. Oh, I have to do it randomly, right? I have to do it randomly. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to resolve the 2 right here. We're going to draw. He is a +1, +2 because he's pinned. -1, -2. So we're drawing him on the 0 line. And it is a hit. Probably not going to work out well for this guy. He might wind up being pinned again. So let's look under line. No, he's green. Let's look under green and see what happens. He is a casualty. No, paralyzed. So what happens if a unit is paralyzed again? Just nothing? They just remain paralyzed? Be constant paralyzed. Let's look. Let's look and see. Combat resolution. $45. All VOF modifiers affecting that unit: concentrated fire, crossfire, demo miss, grenade miss. So those stack with regular VOF. Net modifier to visibility and illumination. All applicable modifiers based on defending your status: pinned, exposed, terrain cover. VOF are affecting a card taking into account their value after modifiers determine which is best, which is the lowest. Just tell me the combat effects. One step of the unit has become paralyzed. Paralyzed team on the card. Reduce the original step by 1 step. If this was the unit's last step, the original unit is removed from play. Assault team. Because combat affects soldiers in different ways, positive and negative. For example, a paralyzed team could decide that the only way out of their situation is to fight their way out, convert to an assault team. So I guess they just stay paralyzed. That's what I'm going to do anyways. They're just going to stay paralyzed. So now we have to draw on the 1 or the 2. And we're going to do the 2, this guy. He is a +1, +2, -1, -2. So he is a 0. And draw for him on the 0 line. He's missed, so he is no longer pinned. And then we do this guy. This guy is a -1, -2, +1. He's a -1. And this is going to be a -1. Oop. -1 is a hit. So we're going to draw for him on a hit. And that's going to be a litter team. Oh, he's green. He also is paralyzed. Oh dear. He also is paralyzed because he's green. If he was a line, he'd be a litter team, but he is paralyzed. So we are going to do hit results of P. Now he's paralyzed. I got 3 paralyzed units on this card. So now it's not an all pin though, because he's not pinned. I guess. I don't know. We're just going to keep firing at him. I think at this point, though, we could move up to this card and just get on this card as long as we can deal with this guy and then try to resolve this. So at some point, I'm going to try to move up here. All right, so now we come over here to this card. This unit is not under cover. There is cover on the card, but he just hasn't gotten into it yet. He is +1, +2. He's a +2 under small arms fire from down here. We found this guy is right there. So he is a +1, +2. We're going to draw on the 2, and that is a miss. So he's no longer pinned. Like I said, this guy's been going back from pin to unpinned, pin to unpinned, pin to unpinned for quite a while, like 4 or 5 turns. So now he's done. So now we come over here and we resolve this one. We resolve this as automatic fire, even though this unit got paralyzed and he's no longer generating automatic fire. And what will happen is that this PDF will go down to one way only, because these units do not have a generic or a inherent combat ability. So that's true. So I don't have to worry about whether it's pinned or all pinned. There's no combat ability, so there's not going to be any fire in this card at all. So we've got unit here, got a unit here. We've got an exposed company first sergeant down here. It is, we're going to resolve it. -1 +2 is +1. So we're going to get a +1 on here. And we have to resolve these randomly. So we're going to draw we're going to look under 3. Again, what we're doing is 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's undercover. Okay. 2 of them are undercover. 1, 2, 3. On a 3, we're doing the first sergeant first. He is +1, -1, +2. So he is and this weapons fire is coming off only a green border, so he gets the +2. So we're going to draw on the +2 for the first sergeant. +2 is a hit. Oh, man, I'm going to lose another. So I send him up here to reconstitute the 2nd Platoon HQ. Now he's going to get a casualty. Oh no, he was actually. No, I got to read. It's a hit. I'm glad it came up a hit because he's exposed. So he is actually -1, -3, +3. So he's actually at a 0. So it was going to be a hit, hit, hit all day. So we're going to draw a card. He's line. And he becomes a litter team. Great. He can start evacuating these casualties. Hit result is a litter team. Unbelievable. I sent the first sergeant up here to reconstitute the second platoon HQ because the second platoon HQ, the same thing happened to the second platoon HQ. So I sent him up here to break a step off of the third squad to reconstitute an HQ. And the same thing happens to him. Unbelievable. Okay. These 3 cards over here, I'm going to have 3 turns left after this, 8, 9, 10. These 3 cards are totally messing me up. Totally. And you know what's messing me up? Is this artillery observer and this mortar guy not being able to put fire down on this card. Like, come on, guys. Got to eliminate them. Okay, so now we got to resolve 1 or 2. Resolve 1. This one is pinned. He's undercover. That's 2. 4 -1 is 3. He's pinned. He stays pinned. Okay, this one is pinned, +1. +2, 3. -1 is 2. We're drawing him out of 2. He's pinned. He's pinned. He stays pinned. Could my HQ been pinned? No. My HQ has to become a litter team. This guy got pinned. This guy got pinned. My HQ, my first sergeant, he's a litter team now. He's a litter team. I think you can reconstitute. I'm going to be spending all my time on this card reconstituting units. What I need to do is, what I should have done is, I should have sent the HQ in here and ordered these guys to move over here. It's a friendly occupied card, not under a VOF. That's what I did with this pinned unit. I had to use a general initiative command to do that. But yeah, I could have sent him over here and just said, okay, you guys go over to the hedgerow. Get over to the hedgerow. Now, he still might have suffered the same fate, but at least these guys would have. And then I think maybe I infiltrated on this card. No, I didn't. Did I? Did I infiltrate on that card? I don't think so, because I wouldn't have been marked exposed. Okay, that card is resolved. I think that's the last combat. Thankfully. Unbelievable. So, Sergeant Jones. Sergeant Jones just went up to the hedgerow trying to bring back, get our HQ up there going because the HQ is just paralyzed up there. And so we're trying to get another section of that third squad
from the second platoon up there to try to get them to start giving some orders out. Because the HQ, the third second platoon HQ, is just kind of wacky. He's not effective at all. Army just got a message back. Company first sergeant, he's down. He's down. He's become a litter team. he's wandering around with a litter. He's going to help he's going to help the platoon HQ. He's going to help him litter out of there here in a couple of minutes. So, gosh, I got to deal with this. Got to deal with these guys in this orchard. Get some fire on their artillery.
Jeez. Come on. That's what I should have done, though. I should have just told him, go up here, tell them to get off this card with this fire. Because all these guys were doing over here is they were just flipping back and forth between pinned, not pinned. They still had automatic fire on here, but they're just flipping back and forth. Sometimes we're shooting at you. Sometimes we're not shooting at you. Sometimes we're shooting at you. Sometimes we're not shooting at you. Mm-hmm. So, let's go up here. Draw an action card. We drew a lot of action cards, as a matter of fact. Remove pyrotechnic smoke, illumination, expose, move fire, concentrated fire, booby trap, grenade miss markers. We're going to click on cleanup. Evacuate casualties from cards designated for casualty evacuation. Enemies firing at cards without valid target, shift, cease fire. Yeah, these guys don't have any inherent firepower. So basically what's going to happen is that this is just going to get... I'm going to flip you. There's no fire coming out of this card anymore. Not unless we get an enemy phase event that says, if there's 3 paralyzed units on a card, reconstitute them into a squad. And you're going to be like, what? What? Remove, reset mine markers, adjust VOF, all that stuff. I'm not sure about this. Evacuate casualties from cards designated for casualty. Because up here it says enemy casualties. There's something somewhere about is there a reference here to this? Enemy evacuate casualties from cars designated for casualty evacuation. I mean, this guy needs to be evacuated. There's a litter team here. But I think that's all of the fire for now. I guess in the next activity segment, maybe he'll stop firing at them. These guys are pinned. Yes. But let's go back to the command display. So right now, first sergeant needs to be reconstituted. Second, and I think I would basically have to start over with commands. I can't like save these commands until the first sergeant's reconstituted and then go, oh yeah, he had 3 saved commands. We're going to use those. No. And second platoon too. They are, we're trying to get them reconstituted. We're going to move him up here. He's got 6 commands. He's got 3 commands. He's got 1 command. But you got to expect casualties, I guess. It's war. You got to expect casualties. The first sergeant here was trying to do something good. Now I'm going to have to move my company HQ over here to try to get these guys again, to try to put fire down on this guy especially. Then these guys, I can try to get them to find cover. I can try to get the I can move the machine gun and the mortar forward observer in there, but I'm not going to do that now. We're going to move up to turn 8. We got 3 turns left. Try to figure this out. Sounds like my daughter's dreaming. She kind of sounds a little bit like it sounds like maybe she's in her dream she's running or something, because she's kind of going. Now let's adjust POFs and all that stuff too before we go on to now say I'm going to call this all pinned. I'm going to call this all pinned because they don't generate any fire. So I'm going to call this all pinned, at least for now. They might get unpinned during the enemy activity segment, but right now it's all pinned. These guys are not under fire. The fire is coming down this way. This, I guess they're still generating fire in here until it gets changed. They're still firing up here. They are firing. This squad is still firing up here and generating, and the machine gun is firing up here also. So they're generating that. There is a crossfire. There's no fire coming this way. So I guess that's it. So next turn, CO's got to come over here, get these guys going. Again, get the artillery forward observer, try to get fire down on here. Get the mortar guy to try to get fire down over here. Oh, you know what I got to do? This is what I got to do. I got to move the 3rd Platoon HQ over here. I got to move him back over here and get these guys trying to lay fire down again. So much for my flanking attempt, huh? Let's see. I do have the EXO over here also. He could come in here. Because now there's no fire on here. Unless, like I said, we get an event that says, yeah, reconstitute all of your paralyzed units on a card into a squad, 3-step squad. It'd be green, but still they'll put fire down. They'll wreak havoc again. Okay, he's still undercover here. Well, I think that's going to do it for me for tonight. What time is it? It's 11:41. I got to go. And, you know, We moved it up to turn 8. We moved all these guys around. These guys don't have can't generate any orders because they are not entities that are currently on the map. Something I haven't used any of these assets yet. I think I forget about them because they're down here, but I need to remember them because you can use them. Like up here, I could have had the what is the third squad, second platoon carrying. Third squad, second platoon is carrying smoke. He could have moved up in here and he could have fired smoke and gotten more cover, but he didn't. Yeah, I'll look at it tomorrow. Anyways, I think that's going to do it for me. I'm going to save the game as I'm going to do this. Keep up the fire, start turn 8, save it. Enter comments describing. Okay. Now, I'm going to go in and I'm going to open recent. I want to make sure it's saved properly. Begin new session. No. Did it save properly? It did. Okay. This is the state as of right now. Okay. So now I can close this. Close this. I'm going to close VASSAL. Yeah, I need to go into Stream Elements and try to create some commands like exclamation point VASSAL. So people can just type that in and see, well, what is he talking about with VASSAL? What is VASSAL? And then also I can do one for a command for fields of fire to explain what fields of fire is, stuff like that, just so that, and then I can put those commands in my I can put those commands in my stream title. Exclamation point VASSAL, exclamation point fields of fire. And so that way people can just type in the command, it'll pop something up there explaining what it is. Yeah, thanks, Shroom. It's been fun. It's been stressful for me. Oh, I was doing a little shopping today when I was getting my tires put on. And I was looking at, not seriously, because I think I've looked at it before over at Costco. They have a gaming/desk chair. And I think I've sat in it. I didn't really like it. But I'm thinking I need a gaming chair and I need a really good gaming chair mat. Because the one that I have is plastic and it keeps getting, it's new, it's like a year old, but it keeps buckling and stuff. So I need to get one that's made out of like Gorilla Glass or something like that. Plexiglass, maybe. Yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it. Decomposed. Thanks for coming in. I'm heading out right now. I gotta go to bed, get up early to take my daughter to school. So I'm gonna leave you guys with my and I hope I was good today with switching back and forth between screens and stuff. I'm trying to stay on top of that so that you guys can see what I'm doing instead of just watching me talk and then having to go back to the game screen and going, this is what I did. So I'm trying to stay on top of that. I'm trying to go slower. Just slow down. It's not a race. It's a marathon. It's not a speed race. It's not a 100-yard dash. It's a marathon. Just slow down and just go step by step by step. Anyways, I gotta head out. Thanks for watching, everybody. You can watch the VOD here, and I don't know how long does it take for a VOD to generate, but you can watch the VOD if you want to. Decompose, we're playing Fields of Fire, which is a game by GMT Games. It's a solitaire board. Oh, it's actually a card-driven war game. Mine's still in the shrink wrap. I just got it like a week or so ago. But I'm playing the game on a platform called VASSAL. And it's a really cool game. Really stressful, which is, I guess, the mark of a good war game. It's a solitaire game. You can play cooperatively with somebody. Like you could say, okay, you take this side of the map, I'll take this side of the map. You can play cooperatively, but it's designed to be a solitaire game, 100%, and it's very well done. So, anyways, wherever you are in the wide world, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, or night, put yourself in a position to be blessed and be blessed. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.